Almighty push. Special beam cannon. What's up, everybody? Keemstream here. This video today will be about Pain versus Piccolo. A matchup that I think everybody will be scratching their heads on saying, well, hey, who would really win the fight between Pain and Piccolo? Now, I know a lot of people are biased towards Naruto characters because they like Naruto, and I know a lot of people are biased towards Dragon Ball Z characters because everybody likes Dragon Ball Z characters. But this is not meant to be some type of rampage debate. I'm gonna kill you because you said that type of rant or debate or anything like that. It's just a fun little matchup here, giving out facts, saying, hey, who would win between Pain and Piccolo? Now, judging by Pain's character, to be honest, I feel like he has a lot more to offer within skills. Pain is a trained ninja by Jiraiya himself, one of the legendary Sannin. So that gives him an edge with just skill set. Now, when it comes in terms of just physicality and power, I would lean more towards Piccolo's character because Piccolo, if you remember back in the Saiyan saga of Dragon Ball Z, Piccolo actually, when he was training Gohan, Gohan transformed into that the Great Ape, and he actually blew up the moon. And this was before the Frieza saga, where after he had died, Piccolo himself, he died, and he went to King Kai's world and trained. So it just depends. You have to gravitate towards both sides and actually see which which of the two characters is capable of doing what. And I do definitely think that this will be a good fight. I think it would be a good fight because it's different. It's a different kind of matchup. Is weird. We're so used to Naruto, maybe he uses like shadow clones a lot, and we know that everybody from Naruto pretty much can use shadow clones. It's just that nobody can use them like how Naruto uses them. Naruto uses them in a different way. And Pain himself, actually was being controlled by Nagato. I forget the guy's name that was the primary Pain that he used, but each Pain puppet being controlled by Nagato, each of them differently had a different skill set. So, just judging off by, Piccolo having to go up against each character who one could absorb the power, one can, repel and, pull, the pull and the almighty push and things like that. I think, I don't think that Piccolo's physicality would be enough. Piccolo is an overwhelmingly strong character. He's one of the strongest in terms of just a character of Dragon Ball Z. But when it just comes to him just him fighting Pain by himself, I feel like it's just too much. Because if you think about it, Piccolo has had his moments in Dragon Ball Z. And even he, had a little moments here and there in Dragon Ball Super, but, he's not really a character that's being pushed as much as he used to. But, I just don't see how he could really defeat Pain, because say if he uses his special beam cannon to, destroy a Pain, you still have to worry about Pain actually bringing that specific Pain back to life, fixing him up. He has to worry about that. And we know that, Dragon Ball Z characters runs off energy too. Like, he's not a Super Saiyan guy, he's a Namekian, so it's just different. It's difference between Pain versus like Vegeta or Goku rather than a Piccolo versus Pain. It's different. So I just think that the fight itself would favor more in in Pain's side. It'll favor more on his side because he just has too much more to offer. Now, I would say that Piccolo is a smart fighter, so if Piccolo was to recognize, say, hey, I know that, say if he knew what Naruto and Jiraiya and them knew about Pain, he'd have a better chance. But seeing that, Piccolo probably isn't really, physically capable of taking on power like that all by himself, it'd be kind of hard for him. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe not. But that's another thing too, is when, one good reason why Naruto actually was able to defeat Pain was because of Kurama, the fox beast that was inside him too. He actually used that power to actually escape from, one of Pain's traps. When he stabbed him and he was, kind of trapped on the ground when he fought, when Hinata actually tried to help Naruto. So that's another thing to think about too and factor in. To be honest, I'm not quite sure if, maybe I could be wrong about this too. If I'm wrong about anything, please do comment down below and tell me, and I would love to, hear what you guys think about it. But another thing too is I don't think that Piccolo is, I don't think he has that type of hidden secret type, potential power inside of him to kind of bail him out. One thing's for sure is that he, and when I mean by talking about fighting Pain, I actually do mean fighting the full Pain. I don't mean just fighting that one, one-on-one character. I always forget his name of he was the body that Nagato used as the main primary Pain. I forget his name all the time, but I don't mean just Piccolo versus just him. I mean actually the whole group of just Pain, because Pain is not just one person. It's the whole group. It was 7 of them, and they were all being controlled by Nagato, one of Jiraiya's former students. But so to be honest, I every time I do matchups, because to be honest, my favorite characters of just comics, cartoons, or anything this fiction of this type of genre has always been primarily DC characters. But even then, I would try to, if it was a DC character versus a Marvel character, I would still look at both sides and try to say, well, I like DC better, but I'm going to sit here and I'm going to try to break down both sides to really see who would win. And there's a lot of people from Marvel who could beat DC characters, and there's a lot of DC characters that could beat a lot of Marvel characters. And there's, the same thing about Dragon Ball Z and Naruto. There's some characters from Naruto who could beat some Dragon Ball Z characters, and there's some Dragon Ball Z characters who could defeat some Naruto characters. You just have to look at both sides. But in this fight itself, to be quite honest, I think just as a whole, Pain, to be honest, this is what he brings to the table. And don't get me wrong, I grew up off of Dragon Ball Z too, so, I thought, until I really started, years ago, I started watching Naruto, and I got up to date with a lot of Naruto things as well too. But, just to be honest, I do think that Pain himself brings a lot more to the table than Piccolo would. Because Pain was a smart fighter too. They're both smart. That's just the thing. That's why this fight is so interesting. I could be wrong. Piccolo, I'm not saying Piccolo couldn't beat Pain, but just me personally, I think that Pain is more capable of defeating Piccolo just because of what he brings. He has more to bring to the table than Piccolo would. If Piccolo and him just had a random encounter with each other, I don't see how Piccolo would be able to counter any a lot of things that he do. He would be able to physically keep up with him for sure. For sure he would be able to. But and also, I don't want to backtrack on anything I say, but another thing too is to look out for is Piccolo's ability to destroy a planet too. You know, Piccolo is very capable of destroying the planet, and Pain is too. But again, is what Piccolo throw out there, is it enough to defeat all of the Pains at one time? That's just the thing, because like I said, he was bringing them back, you know, fixing them up. Every time one got destroyed, he would fix them up, because they didn't know that Nagato was controlling all of them. But when they found that out, they found out ways to defeat him and make sure when they knock one down, they all stay down. But thing is Piccolo by himself, would he know that? Naruto and them knew, like the village knew, because of Jiraiya's sacrifice to give him that information. Will Piccolo be able to do that? Will it be too, like, late for Piccolo? So, hey, again, I would like to hear, see what you guys say down in the comment section below. So please do comment about this. Hopefully, we get some good comments down there, and I'll talk about this. Because, again, I could be wrong about some things, you know. You never really know. That's why, you know, I like to do these videos and do, like, breakdown discussions and things like that. So, again, I would appreciate it. Also, give this video a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in seeing more videos that I do post. And, again, I'm Keem Stream, and always remember to keep streaming.